time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Catherine Lang.
Hey, it's me, Catherine Lang, your voice of encouragement on a journey to spread seeds of hope as we are looking for our unique path to change the world. Be sure to take a moment and subscribe to the YouTube channel or visit me over at catherinelang.com at the end of the show to connect with me, because the more we connect, the more we grow together. And we are on this journey to grow up our unique design, to live out our best life, to do what we are uniquely designed to do in our way, down our path to our success. We are no longer asking permission to walk our path. We are no longer accepting the limitations of the world. We have untethered ourselves from the world and we have taken flight into our unique designs, and we are going to keep on keeping on until we get there. And this week we are focused on how we can keep sharing, because sharing is caring. And when we share, we multiply what we're doing. We multiply what we're doing in our lives, and we multiply what we're doing in the lives of the people that we encounter, whether they want it or not. So today I'm focused on more ways to share. So I'm going to share 5 more ways that we can be sharing what it is we're doing, how it is we're going, and what it is that we are uniquely designed to do. So the first thing is to write it out. The second thing is to mail it out. Did you know you can still mail letters and notes to people? Go figure. The third thing is to step up front. Take the lead. Take the podium. Take the mic. The fourth thing is to publish what you've learned. And finally, be a guest. Be a guest. Be a guest. No, I agree. Do be guests. Find ways to connect with new people, new audiences, new hearts, because the more we find ways to share, the bolder we can be in our unique design, and the more opportunities we'll have to walk out that unique design. If you have any ideas on how to share, drop them in the comments or send me an email and let me know. How can we share more what we're learning, what we're doing, and where we're going? Not too long ago, I had the opportunity of substituting in our Sunday school class. The Sunday school teacher asked me to step in. Well, a few weeks later, a gentleman in our Wednesday night class said, "Hey, would you substitute for me in my Sunday school class?" What he didn't tell me is that he was actually a rotating teacher in another Sunday school class. It wasn't actually his Sunday school class. But I agreed without hesitation. When I am invited to speak in front of a group, to speak to a group, to be on a radio program, to be on a live stream, and I have the opportunity to share hope and encouragement in some shape, form, or fashion, I am going to do it. I'm going to step up and I'm going to do it. Even when I have no idea what the audience is going to be like, what the reception is going to be, I'm going to get up and I'm going to be my authentic self. Now, there will be situations like there was when I led the Sunday school class where I kind of toned down the snarky rainbows a little bit. There will also be opportunities to amp up the snarky rainbows, like when I speak to a college class about writing. But I am sharing me. And if you are sharing you, there is nobody that can better than you that can tell you how to do that. So find ways and take the opportunities to share you as many different ways as you can. So the first thing that I recommend is writing it out. One of the great things about the internet is that you now have a platform to share your words, to share your thoughts, to share your understandings in a personal way. Yeah, social media, you can do it there as well, but that's not as personal. That is a very public platform. That is much more like going down to the street corner and shouting it from the street corner. If you start your own blog or you're on your own website, it is now a more personal. It's like inviting people into your home and having a conversation with them. So you can write about what you are learning. You can share where you have been and where you are going, and you can make it a little more intimate. If you want to shout from the street corner, keep that in mind. Just like I have to, when I go into certain situations, I choose to tone down the snarky rainbow a little bit. When you are on the street corner, when you are, let me put this differently. When you are in public and in a public forum like social media, then you want to be aware. Don't not be your authentic self, but maybe be a muted authentic self. Maybe a little more colorized as opposed to full HD. So, but you have the opportunity to write out what you're learning and to write it out in a way that works for you. So, if social media works for you, great and wonderful. But just keep in mind, you have no control over that real estate. If they change the rules, they can delete your profile anytime they want. But your website is your website, and you have control over that real estate. So, I do recommend, and if you need some help with this, shoot me an email and we can talk. But I recommend starting your own website, your own blog, so that you can share your heart in a way that works for you. The second thing is to mail it out. What is more invigorating than going to the mailbox and opening it up and getting an actual note or card from somebody that doesn't include a bill? The only thing better is for somebody to send me a check. But we don't take advantage of the mail as much as we used to. And my grandmother was really big on sending out personalized notes and cards. Even her Christmas cards were personalized. She wrote a personal message in each Christmas card that she mailed out, and she instilled that in me. So I encourage you to find ways to send out notes and cards to people that you encounter. If you can't do that, at least send a personalized email. Share what you are learning in a one-on-one situation. You can do the mass emails through your email service, but there's something more personal when I choose to reach out one-on-one to you about how this learning is affecting me, what I am learning, and how I think it can benefit you, or maybe how I think that you might have a unique viewpoint on this situation. By mailing it out to you, I'm sharing with you, but I'm also stirring it up in my heart even more. Because remember, when we share, we remember it, we internalize it, we have order in our thoughts and our understanding. And so when I mail it out to you through email, through private messages, through text messages, however you choose to do it, or through snail mail, which is just fun to say, I am not just sharing it with you, but I am stirring it up again in my heart and my mind. So mail it out to a friend, send an email, send a note, send a card, but just let people know the challenges that you're going through, or what you have learned through these challenges, the positives that you've gained through these challenges, and how it has blessed you and how you hope it will bless them in what they are doing, or maybe what they are going through. Mailing it out connects our hearts in one more fashion. The third thing is to step up in front, offer to speak at events. There are clubs all around you, groups and organizations all around you that are always looking for speakers. One of the first places I really got my teeth into speaking was through WordCamp, and almost every community state has a WordCamp, and they always want local speakers to speak. Now, it has to be something that involves online somehow, but just reach out to the organization and see if you can speak. Your community organizations, sometimes your high schools or your middle schools or your elementary schools, your libraries, your community centers, all of these people are looking for guest speakers. So offer to speak. Remember that as you speak and share your story, you're leaning into your unique design, and you are hearing what you're sharing, which will solidify it even more in your heart and in your mind. So find opportunities or create opportunities. Host your own event. I know that one of the first writing talks that I gave was at a local library. I just called them up and said, "Hey, I have a book that's come out, and I would like to come share about how other people can build a career with their words." And the library is like, "Absolutely, come on down." So I went down and I shared with other people, and I made new relationships. I built connections, because sharing not only solidifies what you're learning, it grows those relationships, it grows those connections that give us the foundation that we need in order to take the steps that are necessary for us to get to the next level. We are constantly looking at ways to grow ourselves to our next big dream. And in order to do that, we need to be more invested in sharing, and stepping up in front is a great way to share what you have learned and what you know. The fourth thing is to think about publishing what you've learned. Everybody has a book in them. Now, everybody might not have a New York Times bestseller, but then let's be honest, that's been gamified. Publishers buy books and then they return them, or publishers buy books and then they give them away. It is not about how many people read your books, but about being honest and open about your journey, about what you're learning. And I mentioned earlier today that when you open up and you're honest about your journey and you expose your heart, then you're positioned to touch a heart. And when you publish what you've written, then you position yourself to touch a heart that you might not have encountered otherwise. And publishing isn't just about books. There are magazines and newspapers all around you that are looking for freelance material that are from the heart to a heart. So reach out. If you are unsure of who to contact, get involved with one of your local writing groups or attend a local writers conference. You'll again meet people, you'll develop relationships, you'll create a rapport that allows you to then reach out to have these opportunities for publishing what you're learning, what you're experiencing, and most importantly, what is uniquely you. More than anything else, the thing that you have that nobody else has is your unique voice. And when you can really lean into that and you can really settle strongly into your unique voice, then you will have not just a story to tell, but you'll have a hook to catch the attention of the people that can publish the story that you're telling. So know you. Find ways to reach out and connect with publishers, and then be open to publishing what you're learning so that you can share your words, your hope, your encouragement with as many people in as many different venues as possible. And finally, be a guest. Be a guest on TV, on radio, on live stream, on podcast, it never hurts to be a guest on as many platforms as is related to your unique design. If you are an encourager, then a radio station or a radio show or a podcast that is all about berating people and being negative is probably not the best platform for you. So look for hosts and platforms that align with your voice and your mission and what you're sharing. If you're sharing faith and hope and encouragement, then look for the shows that align with that. If they truly want to share your message, then they're going to be looking for people that align with their ideals, their mission, their vision. You can usually find their vision and their mission on their website. So check it out, find out who they are before you say yes, and then find opportunities to say yes. Again, you will be amazed at how many people are looking for a unique voice to share a unique idea. And you are unique. And you have a unique story to tell in a unique way when you understand your unique design and you embrace your voice. So be a guest on radio, podcasts, live stream, TV, whatever platform you can find. And there are so many now because you have Twitter that now has the the audio version. You have different platforms that are coming out with different ways for you to be able to share as a guest on other people's shows. The great thing is that you leverage your expertise in what you're sharing, in your voice, and you connect with an audience that you may not have connected with otherwise. Be open, be honest, be authentically you, and find ways to share. The 5 ways that I shared today are only a few of the ideas. 1, write it out. 2, mail it out. 3, step up front. 4, publish what you've learned. And 5, be a guest. There are probably as many other ways to share as there are people out there. You just have to find what works for you. And the more you find what works for you, the more you can step out into sharing what you know, sharing what you're learning, sharing your heart seed. Because ultimately, that is what you need to be sharing. What is it that is zinging your heart and lighting your passion for God's unique purpose? The more you lean into that, the more you want to share, and the more you share, the more you understand it and walk boldly in it. Sharing is just one more step to keep on keeping on in who you are, in what you're supposed to be doing. And the more you share, the more you get excited about what it is you're doing, and the more you want to share. It's a wonderful, wonderful circular situation that you'll get caught in. The more you share, the more you want to share. And the more you share, the more you want to share. And the more you share, the more you grow into your unique design. Now, if you're struggling in any way to get to that place where you want to share your journey, please reach out to me today. You can head over to catherinelang.com. You can sign up for a free 20-minute phone call with me, and we will talk about what it is that you want to do and how I can encourage you to take the next step to get there. You are uniquely designed on purpose and for a purpose. I am here to encourage you to get there. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Growing Hope, where we are finding ways to keep on keeping on. Until next time, remember, be blessed, and in all that you're doing, be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Catherine Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.catherinelang.com to invite Catherine to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.